Cancer rising is like what I'm going to be focusing on big time at this channel, period. Cancer risings need to be working all aspects of the moon. All aspects of it. You shouldn't just be working the moon according to the phases, because the moon runs your life. Hello to everyone. I will be saying that periodically, but no shout outs today because we're concentrating on Cancer rising. Okay? Cancer rising should be working all aspects of the moon. And remember, the moon is about intuition. So sometimes the moon is not talking to you during a phase about a thing because the phase is happening. It's talking to you because you just saw the word moon. Because you saw the word moonstone, moonwort, moonlight, something with moon in it. Moonshade, right? You want to understand that as a Cancer rising, the moon is guiding your life. I think it might work like that for all the planets. Like if you see Jupiter, figure out, read whatever you're looking at, or figure out what you were doing at that time. But right now we're focusing on the moon. So if you hear this, talk about the moon, think about what you're doing right now in life. Like right now, I'm making a tea and a bath from the waters that I collected during the last full moon in Virgo. I believe that's where it was. Right? And that was a lunar eclipse. A lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't work during eclipses. For Cancer risings, you should work every aspect of the moon. There is no part that you shouldn't be working. If you are a woo-woo person, and we sitting here talking about the moon and you done watch this video, you are a woo-woo person. If you're looking at astrology and you are a moon rising, a Cancer rising, life for you is different than it is for everyone else. The same way that it's different for Leo risings. That's a big, these are the two lighthouses of the earth. The sun is the big one and moon comes right behind it. What does that mean? Hello, everyone. Hello. It means that you should be using the moon in your life. You need to see where it is every single day. Every single day. You cannot just be looking at it like, oh, it's the new phase, so I'm going to start stuff today. Because it runs too much of your life for you to just do it in a way that says, oh, I only have to start this. It is a part of every part of your day, the integral part of it. That means when it's void of course, pay attention, see if you can find that. When it's void of course, you shouldn't be doing nothing. Right? Hello, everyone. When it is in whatever phase, you can work that, or you can just pay attention and listen to what your intuition is telling you, because everybody is different according to how this luminary hits them on the planet around this entire process. It is not just, oh, it's new, so I should start brand new things today. You might want to look at that type of energy, but the moon is doing its thing, baby. It's the fastest moving planet in our zodiac, in the planetary skies, period. It's not Mercury, it's actually the moon. It moves that fast. It transits the signs super fast. Mercury does, but not as fast as the moon. The moon is moving. So that means that your thoughts are like that. Your thoughts are moving. And if your thoughts are moving at that level, Your intuition is picking up on so many different things. And you have to begin to tap into that energy as a Cancer rising. It makes sure, I don't know how to explain to you, it makes it better. You can release whenever, take for instance, if you have in the past done some release work around a full moon and it was in a specific sign and it did really good for you, you might want to release every single time it's in that sign. Oh, but that's going against the phases. But see, it's different for a Cancer rising than it is everyone else. It just is. Because it's going to move. It's going to move and it's going to move fast. Or you might want to hold it until the next time it's in that sign. It depends on the person. Everybody's got their own way in which they're going to do this. I'm here to tell you that working as a Cancer rising with the moon is integral to your life success, period. And you need to understand you're going to be jumping from one thing to the next. But a lot of these things can be put into practical mode when it comes to your life. If the moon is Cancer rising, so your sixth house is definitely Sagittarius, that means you should be jumping through the house, organizing things, making sure your systems are on point, and moving from system to system to make sure it's on point. So that would be making sure that your banking is right, making sure that the automatic things that are coming out, making sure that money that shouldn't be coming out is not coming out when the moon is in Sagittarius. And it's going to be there pretty quickly in the month. It's going to get there and it'll be there for about 2 to 3 days. Okay, you should be moving the moon at that phase. And for someone, I've been experimenting with this since October, and I'm telling you, it's making life much better. Like today is expressing my thoughts on things because the moon is in Virgo. I'm going to talk. Okay, my communication skills are all that anyway. They're very intuitive, period. But add to that, the moon is in Virgo. So I'm going to talk to you about things that are system related because this is a system. You should be applying this to everything that's going on in your life. Which means that when the moon, like right now it's in Virgo, I'm going to communicate, I'm going to write down ideas, I'm going to journal on some things that I need to get out. I may call up, have a conversation with someone that I need to have a conversation with. There could be, a little emotional, could be some issues going on around it. This might be the day to plow through that, right? Get through it. It's important that we understand that the moon, as Cancer risings, running our life, moving through the zodiac, is something we have to apply to our life. And a lot of the time, people don't think this stuff is important, but you will notice something different once you start to do it. Right? I stumbled into some work around numerology and understanding even more and more about myself when I saw someone just talking about how to use the moon to understand more and more of your numerology phases, how to get the best out of the moon phases when you're doing any type of work around that. And the work was practical. It could have been working out, it could have been starting brand new projects, anything like that. So it's important to realize that once you start to apply this, you're going to notice a lot more organization. Sixth house. You're going to notice that it may be good to start a conversation, plan a date, or something like that with your significant other when the moon is in the seventh house. When the moon is moving through seventh house of seventh house of our sign is Capricorn. So when the moon is in Aquarius, you may want to go, that might be when you go get colonoscopies done if you're older, or do deep work or deep meditation work around, say, working with your ancestors or figuring out how to let go of old shadow phases and shadow aspects that are running through your life that are causing issues that you may not even be aware of. Just sit down with the blanket. Listen, I'm here to go and find those shadows that want to be addressed, that are hiding, those energies that are hiding in the shadows that want to be addressed and want to be acknowledged, because I'm here to acknowledge them when the moon is in Aquarius. And that would be something otherworldly. Like you might want to address the fact that you feel that aliens are a big part of what's going on this planet, or that the angels are a huge part of that. And it may not be a conversation you're willing to have with many people because that's a deep, dark place, that Scorpio or that 8th house, right? Moving on to the 9th house, you may want to plan look into planning a trip during those days and possibly make it so that your trip is taking off when the moon is moving during the ninth house when you do actually plan it, right? Same thing for the 10th house. You may want to come out there and put your face out there and really let people know how you feel on a certain subject. And it could be a touchy subject because it's in Aries. And Aries right now has Neptune moving through it for quite a few years to go. So hello everyone. So the moon is going to Shadow of King. Hello. And hello. It's a dog lover and CTC Gaming. Hello. The moon, as it moves through, say, the 11th house where Taurus is for us as Cancer risings, again, that's who I'm addressing. You may want to network. And networking for you, I think, especially in that 11th house, that networking, that's a good place for you to possibly feed into people, like pour into people as far as making sure that they're well rested, well taken care of, well fed. So you may be a person that hosts a party when the moon is moving through Taurus. Stuff like that. Now you don't have to live your life out of your astrological chart. But what I'm saying is it can add an extra layer of success for those who are Cancer risings. If you don't know what your rising sign is, this doesn't really apply to you unless you go and find that information out and you are a Cancer rising. If it is in that 12th house, if it's in Gemini, first off, pay attention to people who are Geminis in your life. If they have not done the work and you haven't done the work around Gemini being in your 12th house, you're going to have some issues sitting right in there. You just are. You just are. And your thoughts are going to be what it is that you need to really change, because you will recognize, especially as a Cancer rising, that your intuitive thoughts around just about anything can bring things to fruition that you're not expecting, because super subconsciously in that 12th house, you always thinking about something. And if you happen to have a big planet in there like Jupiter, that's expanded, and Jupiter is transiting Gemini right now. So you need to start to look at what you are as a Cancer rising. I'm not addressing anyone else. I'm looking at Cancer risings. It is extremely important because you can then arrange so much of your ritual or your ceremonial work around that process. And once you arrange it around that process, you will begin to see some good upticks of good energy and good things coming into you. Okay? So I figure I get into that. Let y'all know that. I'm not holding you up a lot today. Everybody have a very good and beneficial day. Moon in Virgo, Cancer rising. See y'all later. Peace.